Hey guys, it's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. Rachel, you have some Regis Prograis news for us.
Yes, so you might remember the other day we talked about Dereck Chisora, maybe a name you hadn't heard in a while. But he got his name in the news.
Yeah, he did. He was like, why am I not the main event?
On a card where
on the
clearly,
World Boxing Super
why
Series
would
Final.
anybody think he would be the main event? But today I was scrolling through boxing news and saw that Regis Prograis kind of said that like he may be considered like tussling with old Chisora.
Yeah.
And so that might seem like,
because Regis Prograis is a 140-pound
right.
fighter, and Dereck Chisora is a heavyweight. He's
yeah.
pretty big. I think he's weighs like
outweighs him by like
big,
so, like,
tough guy.
It made me wonder, how would that even like play out? So here's what I'm gonna read the quote from BoxingNews24.com. I was thinking about it too, to be honest, said Prograis, about how he was getting into it with Chisora. So apparently, like, there were words exchanged from them at the event, and Chisora said to him something like, "I'll squash you." So Prograis here is quoted, he's a heavyweight. You know what? I know some jiu-jitsu, so I would have had to grab his neck or something. So Prograis,
how would that go down?
Putting out that he could use jiu-jitsu to take on heavyweight contender Dereck Chisora.
So yeah, how would that fight play out? Okay, here's something that kind of goes along with this. I was recently thinking, I was talking to somebody about, I was on Michael Wood's podcast, Talkbox, powered by Everlast. And I was talking to Michael Woods about boxing betting, and I was talking to him about how one of the things I said was, size doesn't really matter in boxing. Like, you think it does, but then when people fight each other, as long as their skill levels, the skill is what matters. I've seen plenty of smaller fighters move up, and you think, Manny Pacquiao can't beat Oscar De La Hoya, or Canelo Alvarez, he can't move up.
I will say that, but like your skill becomes really important.
But that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
What point does it become?
Like in
size will matter eventually, and I think that between 140 pounds and Dereck Chisora, and because they're both professional prize fighters, it matters somewhere in between there. I just don't know where it matters. However, Regis Prograis does train at Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai gym in Houston. It says Muay Thai because they offer that, but it's a mixed martial arts gym as well. You've got Derek Lewis, UFC heavyweight, that trains there. Really, one of probably the best known MMA gym in Houston. So Prograis is there. I've seen him rolling around on the ground. He knows some jiu-jitsu, and jiu-jitsu is designed, if you follow the UFC, you know that jiu-jitsu's history was designed so that smaller, theoretically weaker people could use their opponent's strength against them. Mm-hmm. And so, who do you guys like? Regis Prograis versus Dereck Chisora. The problem is Dereck Chisora, he's not just like an athlete who boxes. He's from the street, y'all, so he probably knows some street jiu-jitsu. Does that exist? Street jitsu?
I don't know. I think you have to what rules are you going with here? So if it were boxing, right? Regis versus Dereck, that's like a sizable difference. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a fly attacking a lion. So I can't really, in my head, boxing rules, think how somebody like Regis Prograis could be victorious over Dereck Chisora.
Well, I'm thinking in a fight, it's not going to be boxing rules. I think
right. So Prograis is saying jiu-jitsu, right? So with jiu-jitsu, I mean, even at some point, there is the difference in size does matter. I don't know.
It depends on how much jiu-jitsu Chisora knows. Maybe he's a jiu-jitsu. I don't know. It's a silly thing. Obviously, these guys shouldn't have a fight to settle their differences. They should just talk. What Chisora did at the press conference was silly. I think most people think that was silly.
Yeah.
And Prograis, as the person there to promote his fight, really, Chisora should have had the professional class not to put Prograis in that position. And then Prograis, a guy, I saw him talking to Riddick Bowe one time too. And Bo was kind of giving, how Riddick Bowe was kind of crazy and whatnot, kind of giving business. And Prograis was like, I ain't scared, because Prograis is from a certain kind of lifestyle and grew up in a certain kind of way where, I ain't scared, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how he's going to be. And, that's just how he is. And that's how he grew up, and that's how he's going to be. So, I get it. I am really excited about Prograis fighting Josh Taylor. Prograis is favored in that fight, but it is a huge fight between two undefeated title holders that's going to crown the best fighter at 140 pounds probably, and then that person can go ahead and fight
The winner
Jose Carlos Ramirez versus whomever he fights next, right? The winner out of that could be undisputed at 140 pounds. We haven't had an undisputed 140-pound champion all the way back to Terrence Crawford. Okay, it wasn't that long ago, but if it was in the other division, it would probably be a long time, right? And honestly, like, even that's intriguing. A guy that could do that, maybe Prograis does it here at 140. Prograis been calling Crawford out for years now because Prograis wants to fight the best. That becomes a possible intriguing fight. Also, Prograis is in a good position because he's not a PBC fighter, so he wouldn't be kept from fighting top-ranked fighters and vice versa. He fights for Ludabella, that's his promoter. That gives him freedom to go around and maybe fight a Crawford at welterweight. Maybe go over here and fight Earl Spence or Sean Porter or somebody like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
it's
exciting.
Nice being with a promoter that is open and available and
it's just easier.
Able to fight with all the other promoters, like make matches with all the other promoters.
Yeah. What we don't want, of course, is a match against Dereck Chisora because it's a needless risk to take for Prograis. It wouldn't be sanctioned by anybody, and this is all just good fun. It's all just an excuse probably to talk about Regis Prograis,
and Josh Taylor,
and Josh Taylor, their fight coming up. We're excited about that fight. We're also excited about you, our best boxing friends. We love that you come here and hang out with us. Thanks for commenting and replying. Why can't I talk today? I don't know, but hey, go also check out Kelsey and Carson from Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel, and I drop Real Talk in that podcast, and watch it. It's on. I'll leave a link down in the show notes. You can listen to it there.